Newly added rules as per new amendment. Rule 4b, manner of issuing certificate in the event of change of name of society. Rule 13a, promotion of subsidiary institution for the economic welfare of members. Rule 13b, partnership of cooperative societies. Rule 16f, eligibility condition to continue as an active member of the committee of a primary Anand pattern milk cooperative society. Rule 29a, procedure for maintaining and recording the minutes of meeting. Rule 35CA, manner of election of members to the Kerala State Cooperative Bank and classification of each members. Rule 37A, qualification and appointment of co-opted members. Rule 43B, handing over charge in the absence of President, Vice President. Rule 43C, motion of non-confidence for removal of managing committee by general body. Rule 50A, training program for committee members. Rule 56A, valuation of property. Rule 170A, the annual performance audit of Milma and its regional cooperative milk producers union. Rule 185B, recruitment rules relating to societies in Schedule 1. Rule 1, short title and extent. Rule 2, definitions. Rule 3, application for registration. Rule 4, registration. Rule 4A, manner of issuing certificate if the registration certificate is irrecoverably lost. Rule 4B, new add ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ്. manner of issuing certificate in the event of change of name of society. Rule 5, subject matter of bylaw. Rule 6, model bylaw. Rule 7, period within which society shall commence working. Rule 8, first general body meeting. Rule 8A, general body meeting. Rule 9, procedure regarding amendment of bylaw. Rule 11, register to keep a record of names, address and bylaw of societies. Rule 12, procedure for change of liability. Rule 13, amalgamation, merger, transfer of assets and liabilities or division of societies. പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂൾസാണ് 13A-യും 13B-യും. 13A, പ്രൊമോഷൻ ഓഫ് സബ്സിഡറി ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ ഫോർ ദ എക്കണോമിക് വെൽഫെയർ ഓഫ് മെമ്പേഴ്സ്. 13B, പാർട്ണർഷിപ്പ് ഓഫ് കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് സൊസൈറ്റീസ്. റൂൾ 15, ക്ലാസിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഓഫ് സൊസൈറ്റീസ് അക്കോർഡിംഗ് ടു ടൈപ്പ്. റൂൾ 16, കണ്ടീഷൻ ടു ബി കമ്പൈൽഡ് ഫോർ അഡ്മിഷൻ ഓഫ് മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ്. Rule 16A, identity card. 16B, identity card on request. 16C, issue of duplicate identity card. 16D, appeal. 16E, application for affiliation to Apex or Central Societies. ന്യൂ ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ് 16F, എലിജിബിലിറ്റി കണ്ടീഷൻ ടു കണ്ടിന്യൂ ആസ് എ ആക്റ്റീവ് മെമ്പർ ഓഫ് എ കമ്മിറ്റി ഓഫ് എ പ്രൈമറി ആനന്ദ് പാറ്റേൺ മിൽക്ക് കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് സൊസൈറ്റി. റൂൾ 17, റെസ്ട്രിക്ഷൻസ് ഓൺ ദ അഡ്മിഷൻ ഓൺ മെമ്പേഴ്സ് in certain type of societies. Rule 18, procedure for expulsion of a member. Rule 19, voting. Rule 20, payment to be made to acquire the rights of a member. Rule 21, valuation of shares of a deceased member. Rule 22, shares not to be hypothecated to society. Rule 23, nomination of an hire. Rule 24, right to obtain documents from registrar office. Rule 25, members' right to inspect the accounts of the society. Rule 26, prohibition on admission of member and transfer of shares in the eve of general body meeting. Rule 27, prohibition of membership in two credit societies. Rule 28, restrictions on the right to vote at election. Rule 29, accounts and other books to be maintained by societies. റൂൾ 29A, പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ്, പ്രൊസീജിയർ ഫോർ മെയിൻറ്റെയിനിങ് ആൻഡ് റെക്കോർഡിംഗ് ദ മിനിറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് മീറ്റിംഗ്. റൂൾ 30, പവർ ഓഫ് രജിസ്ട്രാർ ടു ഡയറക്റ്റ് അക്കൗണ്ട്സ് ആൻഡ് അതർ ബുക്സ് ടു ബി റിട്ടൺ അപ്പ്. Rule 31, period for which accounts books are to be maintained by societies. Rule 32, certifying copies of resolution, entries in books etc. by societies. Rule 33, statement and returns to be furnished by society. Rule 34, representative general body and its constitution. Rule 34A, procedure regarding conduct of election to representative general body. Rule 35A, procedure regarding conduct of election to the committee of societies by State Cooperative Election Commission. Rule 35B, State Cooperative Election Commission. Rule 35C, terms and conditions of service of State Cooperative Election Commission. പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ് 35CA, manner of election of members to the Kerala State Cooperative Bank and classification of each members. പുതിയ അമെൻമെൻറ്റ് പ്രകാരം 35D ഒമിറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. 35E പ്രൊസീജിയർ ഫോർ പേയ്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫീ. റൂൾ 36 പവർ ടു കോൾ സ്പെഷ്യൽ ജനറൽ ബോഡി. റൂൾ 37 പ്രൊസീജിയർ ഫോർ അപ്പോയിൻമെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് നോമിനീസ് ആൻഡ് ദിയർ റിമൂവൽ ഫ്രം ദ കമ്മിറ്റി ഓഫ് എ സൊസൈറ്റി. പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ് 37A ക്വാളിഫിക്കേഷൻ ആൻഡ് അപ്പോയിൻമെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് കോഓപ്റ്റഡ് മെമ്പേഴ്സ്. 37A. റൂൾ 38 കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ ഓഫ് കമ്മിറ്റി റെസിഗ്നേഷൻ ആൻഡ് റിമൂവൽ ഫ്രം മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ്. റൂൾ 39 election and terms of members of committee. Rule 40 remuneration payable to new committee administrator or administrators appointed by the registrar. Rule 41 procedure regarding the constitution of committee of new societies in the case of division of society. Rule 42 constitution and strength of committee of societies having individuals and society as members. Rule 43 election of president, vice president, etc. by members of committee. Rule 43A removal of president, vice president by non-confidence motion. Rule 43Bയും 43Cയും ന്യൂ ആയിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂൾസ് ആണ്. 43B ഹാൻഡിങ് ഓവർ ചാർജ് ഇൻ ദ absence of president, vice president. Rule 43C motion of non-confidence for removal of committee by general body. Rule 44 disqualification of a membership of committee. Rule 44A delegate of societies in the committee to another society to be members of the committee. Rule 45 disqualification of a member of a society to be a delegate of another society. Rule 46 terms of office of members of committee who is a delegate of another society. Rule 47 custody of cash, securities, records, sales, etc. of a society. Rule 48 payment of travelling allowance, daily allowance and sitting fees to the members of the society and of the committee. Rule 49 payment of remuneration to committee members of society. Rule 50 prohibition against being interested in contract, transactions or purchase. പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ് റൂൾ 50A ട്രെയിനിങ് പ്രോഗ്രാം ഫോർ കമ്മിറ്റി മെമ്പർ. 50A. റൂൾ 51 ചാർജ് ഓൺ ലാൻഡ് ഓൺഡ് ഓർ ഹെൽഡ് ബൈ മെമ്പേഴ്സ് ബോറോയിങ് ലോൺസ് ഫ്രം സർട്ടൈൻ സൊസൈറ്റീസ്. റൂൾ 51A പ്രൊസീജിയർ ഫോർ ക്രിയേഷൻ ഓഫ് ഗഹാൻ. റൂൾ 52 ഡിഡക്ഷൻ ഫ്രം സാലറി ഓർ വേജസ്. റൂൾ 53 കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ ഓഫ് കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ഫണ്ട്. റൂൾ 53A കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ ഓഫ് കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് മെമ്പർ റിലീഫ് ഫണ്ട്. റൂൾ 54 manner of investment of funds. Rule 55 restrictions on borrowings. Rule 56 restrictions on grant loans. പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ് 56A valuation of property. 56A. Rule 57 transaction with non-members. Rule 58 provident fund. Rule 59 gratuity. Rule 60 mode of investment of reserve fund. Rule 61 object of reserve fund and disposal thereof on the winding up of a society. Rule 62 right of bad debts and losses. Rule 63 maintenance of fluid resources by societies. Rule 64 audit. Rule 64A qualification of an auditor. Rule 64B audit report. Rule 65 levy of audit fees. Rule 66 procedure for the conduct of inquiry and inspection. Rule 66A inquiry and investigation of vigilance officer. Rule 67 reference of dispute, payment of expenses and decision on dispute. Rule 68 mode of communication of orders and decision in deciding disputes. Rule 69 procedure to be adopted by liquidator. Rule 70 disposal of records of a society ordered to be wound up. Rule 71 application for enforcement of charge. Rule 72 issue of certificate under section 76. Rule 73 execution proceedings under the Revenue Recovery Act. Rule 74 procedure for execution of decision, award or order. Rule 75 order in which proceedings shall be taken. Rule 76 rules for seizure and sale of movable property. Rule 77 attachment of salary or allowance of public officer or servants of a railway administration or local authority or firm. Rule 78 attachment of share or interest in movable. Rule 79 attachment of decree. Rule 80 attachment of debt, share and other property not in possession of defaulter. Rule 81 procedure in attachment and sale of immovable property. Rule 82 application to set aside sale on deposit. Rule 83 application to set aside sale ground of irregularity or fraud. Rule 84 delivery of possession. Rule 85 Sale of immovable property to be proportionate to the amount due. Rule 86. Private alienation of property after attachment to be void. Rule 87. Process surveys to be paid bata. Rule 88. Bata, interest or other charges recoverable from the proceeds. Rule 89. Receipt for payment of amount due. Rule 90. Investigation of claims and objection to attachment of property. Rule 91. Termination of attachment. Rule 92. Attachment in execution of decree of several courts and retrievable distribution of asset. Rule 93. Attachment before judgment. Rule 94. Procedure for recovery of sums due to government. Rule 95. Headquarters etc. of Tribunal. Rule 96. Custody of records etc. of Tribunal. Rule 97. Additional powers and duties of the Secretary. Rule 98. Form of appeals and application. Rule 99. Presentation of appeal and application. Rule 100. Registration of appeal and application. Rule 101. Maintenance of registers. Rule 102. Intimation of registrar of cooperative society as to be the registration or appeal or application. Rule 103. Admission. Rule 104. Death of a party. Rule 105. Determination of the legal representatives. Rule 106. Abatement. Rule 107. Failure to pay fees. Rule 108. Procedure for cross objection. Rule 109. Notice of parties to appear before the tribunal. Rule 110. Service of notice etc. Rule 111. Adjournment of hearing. Rule 112. Advancement of hearing. Rule 113. Hearing. Rule 114. Restoration of appeal and application. Rule 115. Fresh evidence of appeal. Rule 116. Order of the tribunal. Rule 117. Communication of orders. Rule 118. Returning of documents. Rule 119. Inspection of documents. Rule 120. Search of records. Rule 121. Certified copies. Rule 122. Application of code of procedures etc. Rule 123. Fees for appeal, revision and review. Rule 124. Presentation of disposal of appeal and revision before other authorities. Rule 124A. Fees for appeals and application for revision before government or registrar. Rule 125. Communication of decision in appeal or revision. Rule 126. Constitution of circles. Rule 127. Circle cooperative unions. Rule 128. Eligibility to vote in the election. Rule 129. Election of members of the circle cooperative union. Rule 130. Counting of votes. Rule 131. Rejection of ballot paper. Rule 132. Announcement of result. Rule 133. Custody of ballot papers after voting. Rule 134. Postponement of election. Rule 135. Disqualification to vote. Rule 136. Disputes relating to election. Rule 137. Resignation of members. Rule 138. Filling up of interim vacancies. Rule 139. Functions of circle cooperative union. Rule 140. Fund. Rule 141. Management of union. Rule 142. Meeting of the circle cooperative union. Rule 143. Termination of membership. Rule 144. Duties and powers of office bearers. Rule 144A. Removal of chairman by non-confidence motion. Rule 145. Budget. Rule 146. Duties of union. Rule 147. State cooperative union. Rule 148. Affiliation of cooperative societies. Rule 149. Election of delegates to the general body. Rule 150. Settlement of dispute. Rule 151. Procedure for conduct of election. Rule 152. Nomination of candidates. Rule 153. Withdrawal of candidates. Rule 154. Conduct of election. Rule 155. Counting of votes. Rule 156. Rejection of ballot papers. Rule 157. Announcement of results. Rule 158 disqualification of membership in the managing committee. Rule 159 termination of membership in the managing committee. Rule 160 election of chairman. Rule 161 removal of chairman by non-confidence motion. Rule 162 resignation of members. Rule 163 filling up of interim vacancies in the managing committee. Rule 164 meeting of the general body and power. Rule 165 meeting of the managing committee. Rule 166 powers and duties of managing committee. Rule 167 remuneration payable to members. Rule 168 powers of chairman and secretary. Rule 169 establishment. Rule 170 audit of accounts of cooperative union. പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള റൂളാണ് 170A. റൂൾ 170A, ദ ആനുവൽ പെർഫോമൻസ് ഓഡിറ്റ് ഓഫ് കേരള കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് മിൽക്ക് മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് ഫെഡറേഷൻ ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്സ് റീജിയണൽ കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് മിൽക്ക് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസേഴ്സ് യൂണിയൻ. റൂൾ 171 to 175 ഒമിറ്റഡ് ആണ്. റൂൾ 176 രജിസ്റ്റേർഡ് പവർ ടു റിസെൻഡ് റെസൊല്യൂഷൻ. Rule 177 societies to furnish statistics on employment to the Labor Bureau. Rule 178 uses of premises. Rule 178A opening of branches. Rule 179 restrictions of officers of society appearing as legal practitioners. Rule 180 societies not to act without previous sanction of registrar in certain matters. Rule 181 power to exempt from rules. Rule 182 classification under section 80 subsection 1. Rule 182A powers and functions of CSEB. Rule 182B terms and conditions of appointment of the members of CSEB. Rule 182C meeting of the board. Rule 182D officers and other employees of the board. Rule 183 age limit. Rule 184 probation. Rule 185 promotion. Rule 185A appointment on deputation or contract basis. Rule 185B പുതിയതായിട്ട് ആഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളതാണ് റിക്രൂട്ട്മെൻറ്റ് റൂൾസ് റിലേറ്റിംഗ് ടു സൊസൈറ്റീസ് ഇൻ ഷെഡ്യൂൾ 1. റൂൾ 185B. Rule 186 qualification. Rule 187 vacancies in apex society or central society. Rule 188 staff pattern. Rule 188A employment assistance to dependents of employees dying in harness. Rule 189 remuneration and allowances. Rule 190 leave rules. Rule 191 medical allowance. Rule 192 securities to be furnished by employees of societies. Rule 193 duties and responsibilities and conduct. Rule 194 prohibition of pecuniary transactions. Rule 195 prohibition on personal contract etc. Rule 196 framing of rules by the societies. Rule 197 maintenance of service register. Rule 198 disciplinary action. Rule 199 travelling allowance and other allowance. Rule 200 savings. Rule 201 special provisions in respect of certain promotions.